Right now at 6, new work underway in Rowena before a community hit hard by wildfire can begin to rebuild.
This is the worst incident that I've ever experienced in my time being in Wasco County.
Plus, the heat hits Portland.
Now we're sitting and enjoying the sounds of the fountain and some of the splash blowing on us occasionally.
The help available and where you can stay cool.
And the big unveil of a rose sporting flames. So how are the fans feeling?
The return of the WNBA to Portland as the team's president talks future plans.
This has always been a city that gets behind women's sports.
Thanks for joining us here at 6. I'm Christine Padawanet.
And I'm David Molko. After months of speculation, including a couple of big clues, Portland's WNBA team has unveiled what was perhaps the worst kept secret in the Rose City, that the Portland Fire is back. The team officially unveiling its name and logo. Yeah, that's a rose sporting flames. Then celebrated big time with fans this afternoon at a launch party outside Moda.
We have live team coverage, including Catherine Cook hanging out and talking to people in the fan zone, and Devin Haskins, who spoke with the woman at the helm. But first, let's talk about the real heat that has arrived. People in our area taking every opportunity to cool off. This is video from the Sandy River today.
And it's only going to get hotter tomorrow. Chief Meteorologist Matt Savino tracking the latest in our weather impact alert. Matt?
Yeah, we're back in the 90s today, but tomorrow will be in the upper 90s, so it's going to feel a lot hotter than today has. It is 91 out at the Reserve Golf Course. We're basically the same in downtown Portland, and in fact, that was our high today, 91 here. 90 Vancouver, 91 Scappoose, made 92 McMinnville and Aurora, and in fact, 90s all the way down into the Rogue Valley. Some 70s on the north coast, and unlike yesterday, no triple digits on the map, but I think they're going to be back tomorrow somewhere in southwest Oregon, most likely. Now, overnight tonight, it's going to be a very warm night. We had a relatively cool night last night. This morning, it felt pretty good until about 10, 11 a.m. when it really started to heat up. But tonight, in part because of our higher starting point, 91 as opposed to the 82 of yesterday, it's going to be a much warmer night. We only dropped down to about 67 before temperatures start to ramp up just like that. And with that higher starting point tomorrow morning, offshore flow, we're going to get even warmer. So the weather impact alert along with the heat advisory continues till 10 a.m. tomorrow night. It will be excessively hot. Try not to overexert, especially in the hottest part of the day, say from 2 o'clock in the afternoon till about 8 o'clock at night. Make sure you hydrate, make sure your pets and your plants are hydrated, and as always, check on the elderly, especially if you know that they don't have access to air conditioning or some effective cooling mechanism. Make sure they're doing okay. So our hottest day of the year so far, back on the 8th of June, we hit 96. Tomorrow will be the new hottest day of the year because I think we'll easily break 96. Won't be a record, but it will be extreme heat. And after the very warm night tonight, cooling begins to kick in tomorrow night and Thursday. It'll be a gradual process. We'll show you how gradual in a bit, guys. Back to you.
A lot of people out there planning on how to beat the heat. Thank you, Matt.
All right, speaking of the heat, let's bring in Libby Dowsett now, trying to stay cool at Tanner Springs Park in Northwest Portland. Libby, at least there's a little stream running through and maybe a little bit of shade.
There's shade and there's wind right now, so that's been kind of nice, David. Well, we can tell you that health officials say it's not necessarily people who live outdoors that are most at risk for the heat from sickness and even dying, but those who live indoors and don't even realize they're at risk.
It's a cooling kit to help you stay cool today?
Multnomah County employees spent the morning handing out hot weather kits at the Gateway Transit Center, an area of particular concern in the Portland area.
When we've measured air temperature, we find that the Gateway area is one of the spots on the map that draws our attention.
A mister, I think.
Transit riders like 71-year-old Esteletta Scott came out early to beat the heat.
I like getting things done early in the morning when most people are still trying to catch a few extra.
Multnomah County's Office of Emergency Management and Homeless Services Department are trying to be proactive to protect those outside, but they haven't opened cooling centers yet. It's dependent on the National Weather Service's Heat Risk Index. Once that rises to the red level based on the daytime high temps and nighttime minimum temps, they'll open the centers. But it's seniors and veterans indoors also at high risk.
Most of the folks who are showing up in emergency departments and who are dying during heat events they're experiencing that heat exposure in their own homes where they don't have cooling.
More than a dozen misting stations are set up around the county, and leaders are urging people to take advantage of park fountains and water features.
Now we're sitting and enjoying the sounds of the fountain and some of the splash blowing on us occasionally.
Right here on the Willamette, go out and ride jet skis and, just honestly to stay out of the sun.
Yeah, I'm from Tucson, Arizona, so it feels somewhat manageable.
It's also important to make a plan to go someplace cool and to check on folks who are in your lives, your loved ones, your neighbors, to make sure that they have a plan.
Multnomah County also has an interactive map online that shows cooling places around your address. And the county also encourages property managers to reach out to those residents in apartments to make sure they're doing okay, as well as a reminder for people who work outside all day in the heat to make sure they're taking precautions. Guys, back to you.
Yeah, good advice, especially since we have at least one more day. Libby Dowsett out in the heat. Appreciate it. Stay cool out there. By the way, if you or someone you know needs a place to cool off over the next day or two, we have a list of cooling centers and fountains open around the Portland Metro. It's up on KGW.com. Or you can just do this. Just text the word cool. No, a fan is not going to show up blowing misty air on your face. I wish that were the case. We'll text you back with a link to our growing list.
Okay, talk about perfect timing on this hot day, because it is official. The name of the Portland WNBA team is the Fire.
So call it an oldie but a goodie from 2 decades back, but with a whole new refreshed look as fans flock to Moda for a launch party with the rose and flames there on prominent display. The team really leaning into the history and popularity, of course, of women's sports in Portland, bringing in former WNBA players to get things going.
So what does this mean to me? Woo! I am so excited for Portland to have a team and have another go at this, because I know it is going to be great.
Thank you so much for coming out and supporting women's basketball, women athletes, the WNBA, and specifically the Portland Fire. Are you guys not on fire for this moment?
Though perhaps no one is more excited than our Catherine Cook hanging out in the fan zone.
Catherine, I love it. Last time we saw you, we just loved your skills with that basketball. I mean,
she's on fire.
She's on fire. You trying to join the team or what?
Yeah, I think I'll stick with my day job, guys. But boy, we are all having fun out here. Behind us, you can see the crews tearing down. The Fan Fest is pretty much over. All the fans have gone home, but what a party this was. Really a wonderful day to introduce the name, the Fire. But guys, one of the big parts of today's launch was also the swag, the logo. I just wish I had some of the logo like that. Oh, the hats to show you. Here, some swag. This is amazing.
Ask and she
wow.
shall receive.
So, okay. As you guys can see, the flames are rising from the rose. A lot of poetry happening here. But really, I mean, the thing to see are the t-shirts. If only I had a t-shirt to show you. Oh my gosh, this is amazing.
I see what's happening here.
You love the pink and the red. Yeah, love you too, David. But no, seriously, it was a wonderful time to celebrate the name, the logo, the WNBA team coming to Portland. And speaking of the old logos and the old name that's new again, we met one woman who was sporting very proudly a Portland Fire jersey from 25 years ago. I'm from Portland. I remember, I recognized that one right away. I asked her what she thought of the new team name that's, well, old also.
I am surprised, but I don't think I'm creative enough to come up with anything better. So, and I like it. I was like 50-50, but I think it's a good call. And I think like, right, we can see like what comes from like the ashes of the old team now.
So we should have been the Phoenix then.
Well, that would have been genius. Yes, that would have been great.
Actually, guys, on second thought, Portland Phoenix would be a little bit confusing. Is this weekend at Bernie's or are we at the Moda Center? I don't know. But I am totally absorbed in all of the swag here, guys. My thanks to photographer Kyle for helping us share some of these great moments with you. guys, we're so excited for the Fire. The fans here, I know you're going to love hearing from more of them tonight at 11. It was just a really great day to celebrate this next chapter in women's sports in Portland. Back to you.
Basketball and branding expert now, apparently.
I know, Catherine, you are outfitted. I expect you to be coming into the newsroom with that swag. Okay, we'll leave her be. Let's get to Devin Haskins now, who's also live at Moda.
Devin, you spoke with the team's new interim president. I mean, it sounds like they still got a lot to do before next year.
Oh, yeah. I mean, they still got to put the team together. That'll come through the drafts and free agency. They also need a general manager and a coach. I talked with the interim president, Claire Hamill, about all of this, plus the new team name and logo. The Portland Fire 2.0. Same team name, new branding and logo.
You see the new colors, and then you see this rose, which is a complete nod to the Rose City. And then these flames kind of rise up.
Last month, after the exit of the team's first president, Inky's son, the team hired Claire Hamill as the interim president. She's a former Nike executive with a history of championing women in sports. She says the team name is a nod to the past, rebranded to look ahead.
I think the colors will be fresh. I think bringing in the fire pink, brown, all the colors that you're seeing, the blue. It's going to feel like a brand new, fresh brand. Same name, brand new face.
Brian Berger, a sports business expert, says fans care about the product on the floor more than anything else.
Are the games exciting? Do we have a good team? They're more interested in the experience of coming to the games than they are the team name.
He says what feels different this time around is the Raj Sports ownership group, which seems more focused.
I think this ownership group that runs the Thorns is much more savvy when it comes to running a women's sports organization, and I think this will be much more successful.
In the coming months, Hamill says the team will hire a general manager, then a coach. After that, it's off to the races on building a team.
We couldn't really be a better time to be a franchise. There's going to be a lot of opportunity to bring talent in. There's a lot of free agents this year. The timing is great.
She says a lot has changed in the over 2 decades since the Portland Fire last took the court, but the love of the fans for the Fire remains the same.
Women's sports has always been strong in Portland. Like, this has always been a city that gets behind women's sports.
And talk about getting behind them. They've already sold more than 11,000 season ticket deposits. That's more than what they averaged during the first 3 years of their existence back in 2000 to 2002. Back to you.
Hey, money talks. That's great news. Devin Haskins outside Moda tonight. Thanks, Devin. Stay with KGW for the latest on the Portland Fire as the team takes shape and gets ready for a 2026 return to the court. You can find all our coverage on KGW.com or stream us anytime on our free TV app. That is KGW+.
In tonight's headlines, the firefighter injured in last month's deadly ambush in Coeur d'Alene has been released from the hospital. Video from the Coeur d'Alene Fire Department shows David Tisdall receiving cheers and giving a thumbs up. He's being transferred to a specialty hospital for further treatment after suffering a gunshot wound that collapsed his lung and caused serious injuries. 2 other firefighters did not survive the ambush.
In an update, a federal judge has halted the deportation of a Portland mom and her 4 kids detained by border agents at Peace Arch Park at the Canadian border during a visit with family last month. This sparked outrage from Congresswoman Maxine Dexter, who worked to find the family and then get them legal help. The Oregonian now reporting the mother, who is not a U.S. citizen, is in ICE custody in Tacoma and has agreed to what is called voluntary deportation. But the ruling by the federal judge expresses some skepticism about those circumstances and blocks her removal, requiring she have immediate access to a lawyer and also setting a hearing for Friday. The 4 children, all U.S. citizens, are now being cared for by a guardian.
The Trump administration has pulled back $450 million that was set to help cap the I-5 freeway in the Rose Quarter area. The cap would reconnect the historically black Albina neighborhood, which was ripped apart when the freeway went in. Despite the setback, though, the nonprofit working on the project says its mission to transform the Albina district back into a unified, livable neighborhood is stronger than ever.
This project will get completed. It might not be right now, might not be a couple days down the road, but we remain deeply confident and resiliently optimistic about the future of this work here in this area of our city.
The federal Access and Equity Grant was awarded to Albina Vision Trust during the Biden administration.